Massive day for the unemployed. Pokimane has went viral once again, and she really messed up this time. Over the past few years, Pokimane has been at the forefront of drama, whether that be from criticizing people's sponsors or calling her viewers broke. See, she was just doing a normal stream a few days ago, until she started talking about the Super Bowl halftime show, saying that the only people that hated it were white.
Only white people hated it. I didn't want to say it. As a white passing person, I didn't want to say that.
Ooh, yeah, this is not good looks. Being a streamer, I feel like race just shouldn't even be part of the conversation. You're literally there to entertain, not discriminate. However, it still gets even worse than this, because a couple days before this happened, she would say a few things on a podcast which made her look sexist.
As much as I think Kai and Speed are incredible, unfortunately, there just aren't that many huge female streamers, at least not on their level, which I think reflects nowadays the audience has in a way gone more to being a lot of younger dudes, which is amazing.
With streaming becoming something way more mainstream, and the explosion of people like the FaZe Boys and Adin Ross a few years ago, it definitely did make the viewership way more male dominated. But that doesn't mean females can't pull the same numbers that all these other people have. Pulling higher numbers in streaming really just depends on how creative your ideas are, and all these streamers that are blowing up have simply just had better ideas. I feel like the hate on this specific clip doesn't really make too much sense. It's not like Pokimane was talking extremely hostile towards anybody. She was just simply sharing an opinion that she had. On top of the fact that, as far as we know, she's on good terms with Kai and Speed. I mean, they've even called on stream before.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. I appreciate you. I appreciate that you answer all my calls on Discord. That's nice. Well, I appreciate you, Pokey.
No worries.
How you been though?
The help.
How your day been and shit?
So this first drama wouldn't really get too crazy. However, this would only add fuel to the fire that was to come, because shortly after this clip went viral, she would say something else very controversial about the people who thought Kendrick Lamar didn't deserve the halftime show.
Only white people hated it. I didn't want to say it. As a white passing person, I didn't want to say that. The people that I saw with this take the most were white men. Ain't nothing wrong with being a white man. That's not the point.
Ah yes, let's go ahead and take Pokimane's word for it, because in 2025, there's no one more qualified than her. I mean, there's just certain things on the internet that you don't have to talk about. Things that will almost always get you banned. The clip of her saying this would go viral all over Twitter, with tons of people being upset that she brought up race in the first place. The only way she stays relevant these days is by manufacturing outrage or attempting to cancel someone. The more Pokimane talks, the more insufferable she becomes. I feel like as a streamer, 99% of the time, you need to take race out of the conversation entirely, because no matter what you say or how you say it, it's about an 80% chance that someone will take it the wrong way. On top of the fact that streamers are probably the least qualified people to talk about this type of stuff. And it's safe to say Adin Ross wouldn't have anything kind to say to Pokimane about this.
I went off and fuck Pokimane too. Pokimane, fuck you. You're a fake twisted bitch. You'd only come out the white people because guess what, Pokimane? You know that's what they're gonna cater to and shit like that. You can't get canceled, come out the white people. Why do you people have to bring race up? In general, why?
That's what I was just saying. There was just absolutely no reason for her to bring up race in the first place. If you didn't think Kendrick Lamar deserved the halftime show, you could have just left it at that. Why did she have to be like, oh, most people that didn't like the halftime show were white men? It's honestly just a really immature take. I mean, this is literally the halftime show for the Super Bowl we're talking about. It's not meant to be a puzzle for us to fucking solve. I honestly hate the fact that people are taking this so seriously. XQC would even get in drama with Pokimane around this time, as on the same podcast I just showed, she would allegedly spread misinformation about XQC's contract.
There was a headline about XQC getting $100 million
Yeah,
from Kick.
but I've heard different things behind the scenes. You also don't know, oh, is part of that 100 million equity?
Bro, I think they're still pushing that.
Was it actually 100 or was it just a headline that makes everybody look good so nobody refutes it? I really cannot confirm or deny.
But you can confirm you've seen between $1 and $20 million of those exclusive contracts.
Which is freaking insane.
No, I don't have many issues with most streamers out there, including XQC, but I feel like this is honestly just a battle of the egos. I mean, Pokimane saying this and being like, oh yeah, it might be 100 million, but most of it's equity, sounds like she's more so trying to downplay other people's achievements. And I don't know if it was just the editing of the podcast, but Pokimane seemed extremely quick to respond to this, almost as if she was offended.
$100 million.
Yeah, but I've heard different things behind the scenes.
And while I don't think she was specifically trying to throw shots at XQC here, it's safe to say that he would still take it the wrong way.
She's something behind the scenes. I am just wondering what that is. Like, what does behind the scenes mean? The contract was between me, my agent, and Eddie. My agents decided to leak it after some big press release or some shit like that. I don't know what they did, but they did it. Some of the public was saying, oh dude, maybe it's equity, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. and people say some things. I'm just saying that's not like some scientific like infiltrator data mining or something like that, bro. That's literally like public speculation. Don't say that public speculation is behind the scenes talk. That's ridiculous. That's.
Now I will say that the only person who can give credible information about this is XQC himself. He was basically saying here that the only behind the scenes information Pokimane was getting was from public speculation, and not from, you know, people that were leaking information to her. Overall though, that still seems just like a battle of the egos. Since Pokimane was one of the people that basically grew Twitch into the platform it is today, I guess she feels like people need to know that she knows what they don't, if that makes any sort of sense whatsoever. And XQC is trying to defend his image, as ever since he signed his Kick contract, people have been constantly asking him the details of it all over the internet.
I don't know what these people want. Like, do they want like some official like pay slip or something like that? Do they want like a monthly pay slip? I mean, that's whatever. I want some guarantee that if I show a pay slip, then this misinformation like bullshit stops. That's all I want. Because last time I quite literally said I will sign any NDA to anybody that's a big creator. If they want to report on it, I will show them the part of the deal that they want to see, so they see that there's one, no equity, and two, no gambling.
I think the reality of the situation is people don't want to believe that someone could make this much money from simply playing video games online. But seriously though, why do people even care how much XQC is making? Sure, he might be making $100 million or even $50 million from this contract, but to be fair, it doesn't really affect anyone's lives other than his. The fact that so many people still feel the need to talk about this is honestly just cringe in my opinion, and XQC would actually strike back at Pokimane and ask her to do something that no one really expected.
I think she speaks a lot about deals, and I actually challenge her. What about if Pokimane does this? How about you leak the deal that you had, your legacy deal from way back in the days, and the more recent one? I bet you leak those two deals, and we could compare or think about what those entail, because she had contracts before, but we never heard about those. I'm just saying there's some energy about contracts and some talks about it, right? But a lot of people kind of hide behind the deals that they had and that they got. And I think sometimes it's kind of interesting to hear about it.
Well, I think it would be really interesting if Pokimane did this. I could never see this type of thing happening. It's just funny how she's perfectly fine with talking about classified information related to people's contracts that aren't her own. However, once her contracts are brought into the mix, she essentially ignores them like the plague. Like, she hasn't made any sort of response to XQC, and I don't think she ever will. And even if she does respond, we likely will never see the contracts XQC asked for. It seems like it's just getting harder and harder for Pokimane to not find herself in controversy, as nearly every time she opens her mouth on the internet, it tends to create some sort of backlash for her. Kinda like all the Sophie Rain controversies as her house recently got broken into. I mean, the guy literally brought suitcases, moved himself in, and claimed that he was married to Sophie Rain, before getting escorted out of the house by a full-on SWAT team. If you want to learn about it, click the video on screen, and also subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.